What's good out there, YouTube family? You already know what it is, who it is. It's that boy, Carolina OG, NoPlayingDinero. A lot of people been asking me, man, how dangerous it really get in South Carolina. Niggas been asking me that, and I'm telling them this, it's just as dangerous as any other place in the country when it comes to Carolina and this gang culture. South Carolina, not North Carolina, not Georgia, not Florida. We're here to talk about South Carolina, which I represent to the fullest. Columbia, South Carolina, stand up, West Beltline, Fair Road, Carnegie Apartments, man. You already know what it is. Shout out to all the GDNs out there, man. All the Bloods, all the Crips, all the Vice Lords, atheists, Christian, Jew, Muslim. Shit, everybody getting gangster down here in Carolina. Understand what you're hearing and seeing, man. Yeah, this video right here, this live video ain't to like spotlight no violence or increase violence on the street, because it's gonna be violence regardless on the streets of Carolina, South Carolina. Y'all say it ain't dangerous. Y'all say them boys ain't real. Y'all say them boys ain't getting money. But some of the smallest towns in South Carolina be the most dangerous spots. Understand what you're hearing and seeing, man. Look, listen. A lot of people say things and go on the internet, make these videos like they actually know what's going on in South Carolina. But boy, South Carolina ain't no place where you want to get caught up at. Not by the police, not by the ops, not by anybody, because it get really, really sticky down here. It get really, really treacherous out here. For all the folk don't understand what we talking about, man. Talking about South Carolina, not North Carolina, man. Shouts out to all my people tapping in out of South Carolina, man. Greenville, Spartanburg, Florence, Rock Hill, North Augusta, Aiken, Irmo, Greenwood. You know what I'm saying? All them folk down there in Orangeburg, Merck City, Sumter. All the people out there in Newberry, man, tapping in. Out there in the beach. The whole Orange County, Conway, Georgetown, Charleston, North Charleston, Somerville, Moncks Corner. All them folk down there in Bamberg, all them boys out there in the PD. Understand what you're hearing and seeing, man. When it comes to the city, of Columbia, one of the most dangerous cities in the state. Understand what you're hearing and seeing, man. That's what we here to talk about. That's what we been here to discuss on some real OG shit. And motherfuckers be talking that game like they really, really know about it, but don't be knowing nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I can get on here and spit this shit, because I'm really, really like that out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I take time out to jump on this YouTube thing, you know what I'm saying, to spit my insights right now. And you know what I'm saying? We're just keeping it real, keeping it 100. So you make sure you blow you one, make sure you roll you one, make sure you sit back. We finna analyze the most dangerous cities in Columbia, in South Carolina, besides Columbia, because Columbia ain't the most dangerous city in South Carolina. Understand what you're hearing and seeing. Violent crime rampant. Gang violence rampant. Gang violence rampant too. But see, what the young boys got to understand, this is enough money for everybody out here on these streets. One thing about it, if you ain't organized, then you disorganized. That's where you get the conflict of interest. That's where you get a conflict of interest out here on these streets. When it pertaining to gang life, when it pertaining to out here running the criminal empire. Now we're gonna watch a video of some of the latest indictments in South Carolina, some of the biggest gang indictments in South Carolina. Down here, after we review some of the most worst cities, small towns. Some of these cities you may know, some of these towns you may know, some you may not. But I'm gonna tell you, once you get off the beaten trail, outside of the city of Charleston and Greenville and Columbia, South Carolina, out of the so-called big cities down here in South Carolina, boy, it's a death trap out there. it's a death trap out there. And if you cross them young boys the wrong way, or you get goddamn gone in the wrong person business, something gonna happen to you. Something gonna happen to you. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe, man. Keep subscribing, keep coming back. We ain't gonna do nothing but keep bringing us fire, keep bringing these hits. You know what I'm saying? We put South Carolina on the map, on the YouTube tip, been doing this shit 3 years now. Now it's time to take it to a whole nother level. Now it's time to spot this shit up to a whole nother level, man. We getting views all over the country, man. Shouts out to all those people in LA, New York, the whole Alabama. You know, Alabama stand with the kid the long way. Birmingham, Montgomery. Shouts out to all the folks out there in Charlotte, Atlanta, Augusta, Georgia, Tallahassee, Florida. I see y'all out there, man. I see y'all out there. Shit, where I'm at, man. I'm out here on West Beltline Boulevard, Columbia, South Carolina. Spread out that bedrock, Bethel Bishop, North Point Estate apartment, Carnegie apartment, one of the worst in the state. And ain't no denying that. And when you speak of the worst hoods in South Carolina, you come to South Carolina, they gonna say the Bishop, they gonna say that bedrock. Real OG shit. This ain't for no flexing, this ain't for no flogging. This the spotlight violent crime in the state. And how it's so rampant. And how it's imperative that you do your part, man, and keep these kids safe, keep these kids out of trouble, keep these kids off the street. Yeah. We having a crazy ass rainstorm down here. It just knocked off power. It came back. Power restored. Power restored. Y'all already know what it is. Cut this shit right here down, son. Power restored, man. Power restored. Now that knocked me out. We having a real bad wind and rainstorm right now in Carolina. Right now in Columbia, South Carolina. It knocked me off the Wi-Fi real fast, man. Let's put these statistics up right here. You know what I'm saying? Some of the worst hoods, some of the worst spots in South Carolina. We got a whole little mix for you today. Since everybody say it ain't dangerous down here, but see, this the next wave right here. We having some of the let's get to the top 10 most dangerous cities in South Carolina. Let's get to it. We ain't got to hold it up, man. If the music too loud, let me know. Cause you know when we get it, that's how we getting it. That's how we getting it. Let's get a little stuff. Get a zoom in on this right here, man. Hit that like, share, subscribe. We're gonna get to that documentary part of this. We gonna see how true rain after we put this together, man. Dangerous cities in South Carolina had known for its cultural heritage and picturesque landscapes, offer a unique living experience from the bus life of Charleston to the city provides a diverse array of attractions. The state rich in cultural heritage is evident in its music festivals. Carolina faces safety challenges in certain urban areas. The most dangerous cities in South Carolina are identified by the violent crime rate per 1,000 is necessary. Understand what you're hearing, what you see, man. This statistic is based on the places with how many crimes happen for each 100,000 person. That's how the contrast between South Carolina cultural richness and crime issues underscore the complexity of life in this diverse state. So I tell you, it's hard to move down here. You in South Carolina, a motherfucker out there calling you fake, or you doing something fake, or whether somebody wrong. Don't you keep that shit 100 with everybody? You ain't got no problem. It ain't like somebody gonna just approach you in the hood. I tell a lot of people that, because when they say, "Hey man, where you from?" I say, "See, I'm from that Bed Rock." You know what I'm saying? Automatically, people say, "Man, I ain't going out there." Or you say, "Yo, I'm from the Connie." You know what I'm saying? It's an apartment in Columbia, coming out there. Now let's be per 100,000 crimes. You know what I'm saying? Now it's so bad. First spot, Chester. It's probably their population 3,500 for 100,000 people. Come on, man, make it make sense, man. Them boys getting off all day. Chester, South Carolina holds the distinct of being the number one dangerous city in South Carolina with 2,568 violent crimes, 100,000 with elevated assault. But had 2,394 assaults out there, 38 robberies, 96 rapes. Man, them boy had 96 R's, man. And their population ain't up but 5,000. They had 38 homicides, population just 5,000. And the violent crime rate comes in at 422% higher than the state average. Contributing to these numbers could be a higher than average rate of poverty, unemployment, gang activity, ongoing efforts from local law enforcement and the community have been created to help reduce the crime rate going forward. Damn! Ooh, them boys had them boys taking shit up there. Them boys had 96 R's. It's only 5,000 motherfucking people stay there. Chances of being a victim, 1 out of 39. Violent crimes per day. Them 703 violent crimes a day. That's Chester, South Carolina. Shouts out to them boys in Chester, man. Them boys going ham up there. Them boys going tremendously ham up there, bro. Them boys raping shit and all. You know what I'm saying? Not condoning that activity. Not condoning their activity. Matter of fact, let's put this up there, man. Let's put this up there before we even go any further, man. This shit done popped off. I'm on that gas, on the car pack. I just start reading this shit. And them boys active out there. Them boys active, really, really active. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Let's get this up on the screen, man. I'm using this for purposes only. I don't own this content. I definitely don't own the legit one. I was saying this ain't the this ain't the encourage violent crime behavior. This ain't to R assaults, S assaults in South Carolina. This right here to bring light on how dangerous it is in South Carolina to live these days. Yes. Now we're gonna go to the number 2. The number 2 most dangerous spot to be at in South Carolina, man, is Dillon, South Carolina. Population 6,358. Them boys had 2,559 violent crimes. Man, make it make sense. The second most dangerous city is Dillon, South Carolina, with a population of 6,358 and a violent crime rate that is 421% higher than the South Carolina average. The city has seen better days. The higher than average crime rate in Dillon are not new, as violent crime has been a serious issue for many years and toppled 2,559 violent crimes per 100,000 people in the last calendar year. In some areas, the risks are greater than others, as residents have a 139 of crime. Man, make it make sense. Little old Dillon, South Carolina, dangerous out here. Salute all them boys out there in Dillon, man. Y'all boys be careful. Y'all stay safe, man. And keep that shit dangerous. Them boys having 7 violent crimes a day. Boys is having 7 violent crimes a day out there in Dillon. Let's see what the third, Lake City. All this in the PD. All this in the PD area right there. Lake City in the PD, Georgetown in the PD. The PD area of South Carolina is right here. In this little spot right here, everything around Florence. And let me put this up on the screen so you get an idea of what part of the state this shit going on. You know what I'm saying? What part of the state really, really causing a whole lot of smoke, a whole lot of ruckus. Put this shit up there. Yeah, this shit is sweet right here. So we ain't get back there. See, most of the violent crimes, you got your Floridas right here off I-95 and I-20. Most of the violent crime coming in out of Darlington, Hartsville, that PD area, like I said. What that was Dillon? Number 1 was Chester. That's Maysville. That's in fucking Georgia. That's some fucking Georgia, man. Get back to the fucking goddamn. Light that shit up. Light that shit up. Light that shit up. All right, let's get back to the list. We're about to jump back to the list now. We on the number 3rd most violent city, town in South Carolina. We're on number 3. I was highlighting that most of these places they name so far the top 5 is from the PD area of South Carolina. That's around Myrtle Beach, Florence. See, you got your goddamn on Chester first. Chester is more closer to Rock Hill. You got Dillon, that's near the beach. Lake City near the beach. Georgetown, definitely near the beach. All right, we on Lake City. That's the 3rd most violent, most dangerous city in South Carolina. They home to 6,562 residents. They rank number 3. Unfortunately for residents of Lake City, crime is widespread and more than 2,069 violent crimes per 100,000 people reported last year. When the numbers are analyzed, this translates to a staggering 5.6 crimes per day, and a violent crime rate that is 321% higher than South Carolina violent crime rate. Man, look, listen. These places ain't no real big places. Where I stay at in Columbia, South Carolina, there's well over 800,000 people, maybe. Close to, maybe. Over 500,000. And these boys only be having like 6,000 people stay in their town and be having like fuck 6,000 a year, 5,000 a year. Come on, man, make it make sense. Make it make sense. The chances you getting robbed, beat up, slashed in Lake City is 1 out of every 48 person, man. Guard your good out there in Lake City, man. The next spot we're gonna talk about, man, is Georgetown. That's right there on the coast, right up from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Right there, sandwiched in between Charleston County and Horry County. It's Georgetown County. I understand what you're hearing and saying. It's a small spot, 8,000 people. 8,884 to be exact. They had 1,766 violent crimes per 100,000 people. With the violent crime rate that is 259% higher than South Carolina average, it's not hard to see why Georgetown made the list. The city reported crimes per 100,000 residents is in the following category. They had 96 robberies. They had 96 robberies. They only got 8,000 goddamn residents. They had 1,572 assaults. 8,000 residents though. Man, these boy had 84 R's, man. These boy had 84 R's, man. This is crazy. Them boys out there taking shit, bro. Y'all some savages out there in Georgetown, bro. Ain't no fucking way. And they had 12 little homicides. In regions where employment opportunities are scarce and where many job offers insufficient wages, the risk of increased unemployment and homelessness rises. This could be just some of the triggers that make Georgetown more vulnerable to high crime. And you know, your boy Trap Dick in them town, home city, Hartsville, the city of Hartsville, 7,000 people, man. The ongoing battle with crime in Hartsville, they made it the number 5 on the list. Is not a new issue, which is why there is no surprise that this city has made the list with a violent crime rate of 1,747 and a 1 in 57 chance of becoming other people. Hartsville has a 56% poverty, lack of available, well-paying jobs. Hartsville get down. Hartsville get down. Try to tell them, man, you got a chance. 1 in 57% chance, man. People chance of getting yourself jacked. This South Carolina took over. Now, Orangeburg a little bigger than these places. Orangeburg's 2 times bigger than 5. You heard? But all the birds in the millions. It better be 30, 40 miles away up at Columbia, South Carolina. Hey, those boys get down there. Hey, those boys get down. Yeah, them boys really get down there in Orangeburg. All right, let's see. Let's make sure everything we connect there. Let's see what we working with right here. Let's see what we working with right. Yeah, that shit froze my live again, man. I'm back. You already know. Goddamn, the really spot I ever known, y'all said, is that Metro. Y'all said all the statistics shit be bullshit, though. Excuse my language. But look, listen, when you coming out that 803, make it make sense, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas all up in New Bed holding shit down. We got the list. You know what I'm saying? I took the list down for a second, man. We're gonna jump to this other thing, man. That shit was doing a little bit too much. I had too much pulled up on the damn strings and it kept blocking me out. You know what I'm saying? Shit me out the wire. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? All right, we gone though. We gone. This up, man. We got this gang indictment, the biggest gang indictments, you know what I'm saying, out of South Carolina. We finna get straight to that, man. We using this content from somebody else. We gonna put it up on the screen. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna fire up on it, see what we know. Goddamn, see these people get down, how it get down to South Carolina. Find Apple, you know what I'm saying? Paradise Podcasters, Paradise, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. Shit, you already know. That motherfucker right here. Let's check out these gang indictments, man. A lot of shit had popped off. This video come courtesy of it's in the descriptions. It's in the
Officials say that these men and women were involved in trafficking more than 100 pounds of drugs right through the Midlands, even using Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Our Chad Mills is live.
It's an investigation that investigators have been calling cash cow. According to the indictments, the contraband includes pounds of loose cigarette tobacco, cell phones and cell phone accessories, marijuana, alcoholic beverages, and other types of drugs.
I tell you, that dope game, that drug game, that street game, that prison game, you know what I'm saying? All that is controlled. All that is controlled from these games, man. Everything moving is controlled from the games. Even the rap game down here is controlled from the game. Understand what you're hearing and seeing, man. Them boy getting more and more organized. If the boy can organize to the point of that, then, you know what I'm saying, they need to stop some of the street violence, but it's too much money involved. You know what I'm saying? You got prison violence, street violence, the whole South Carolina as a whole is divided up in splits. You know what I'm saying? You might be a block away from a whole nother crew, a whole nother set. You might get into the neighborhood right next to it. You know what I'm saying? Just how South Carolina is, man. Dog eat dog world.
The charges and indictments against eight alleged members of the Bloods gang. I want to show you their mugshots. Investigators say these 8 men all conspired to kill, steal, and perform various other crimes.
South Carolina has seen a significant crackdown on organized crime and gang-related violence, with multiple law enforcement agencies conducting extensive investigations into various criminal organizations operating within the state. These gangs, including the Walterboro Cowboys, West Cash Gang, Paid Family, Billy's Possibly Teach 9 Trey Bloods, various blood sets, and insane gangster disciples, have been linked to drug trafficking, firearms offenses, violent crimes, and even international criminal enterprises. Federal and state authorities have launched operations such as Operation Cash Out and Operation Cash Cow to dismantle networks, resulting in numerous arrests, indictments, and convictions. From street-level narcotics distribution and gang rivalries to large-scale racketeering conspiracies, these cases highlight the depth of organized crime in South Carolina. Some gangs used contraband cell phones within...
Man, you can never get rid of like organized crime, gang movement in South Carolina. How could you do that? And they about to explain to you right now, man, a lot of this shit. I just said, a lot of this shit. This is my first time watching the whole clip. But a lot of shit I just said, most of this shit is controlled by prison. Prison, man, inmates, man, in control of this shit, man. There's a lot of beatings go down. There's a lot of slaying go down back there. This shit realer than what people think.
In the prison system to continue their operations, orchestrating deletions, kidnappings, and drug trafficking beyond prison walls. Others engaged in violent turf wars, retaliatory shootings, and sophisticated financial crimes to sustain their illicit activities. 8 members of the Walterboro-based Cowboys Street Gang have been sentenced to prison on charges related to attempted deletions and drug trafficking. District Judge David Norton issued the sentences, which include prison time, 3 years of supervised release, and orders to pay the medical expenses of their victims. Among those sentenced, 3 members were convicted for their roles in a 2015 attempted deletion. 1 member was sentenced for his involvement in 3 shootings between 2010 and 2013, while 2 members were convicted in connection to 2 drive-by shootings in 2011 and 2013. 1 member was...
Boy, them boys, they out of motherfucking Walterboro. Where the fuck they is on this motherfucker? Let me pull up this shit right here. Them boys, they out of Walterboro. Them boys, they had that bitch. They ain't pull up Walterboro, South Carolina crime rate. See what Walterboro, South Carolina crime rate is. That's it. Let's do it. That boy got off now. They got to pay for his vitamin expenses and all. What they got popping off right there right now? Somebody got their ass dead. I know it did. Look at that. This year alone, look they annual. They had 15. It got right. They had a couple property crimes. Look this year right here. Yup, they had 15 violent crimes this year. With 86. They had 86 violent crimes this year already. 390 motherfucking property crimes. That's Walterboro. Let me see what they had going on. Look how this shit is though. That's the average. South Carolina average right there. They shit is 15%. Man, look at that. Them boys doing that shit down there too. Walterboro violent crimes, man. Come on, bruh. Them boys out there taking shit. 72 assault, 74 assault. Don't go, they population 5,000. This year alone, they had 72 assault slappers. They had some robbers, a couple goddamn on R's. Them boys taking shit. 2 murders. They had 2 murders down there this year. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Let's get back to the documentary right here, though. It's on the highlights. See what them boys really hitting for. See what them boys really hitting for in Walterboro.
Another member was convicted for his involvement in a 2012 robbery and shooting. These convictions bring the total to 13 out of 14 members of the Cowboys and their allied gang, the Wild Boys, who have been sentenced since a 2016 federal indictment. Authorities described the Cowboys as a Bloods-affiliated gang that operated in Walterboro's East Side neighborhood. They were known for wearing red, white, and blue, often incorporating the American flag into their clothing. The Cowboys and Wild Boys were closely aligned for years, frequently posting threats, firearms, cash, and narcotics on social media.
Hashtag just heard from officers about the so-called West Cash Gang. Kate, what can you tell us about Operation Cash Out?
If you're thinking of going back
Yeah,
to
you know
school
that
to
been
get
gonna
a
hit
new
commercial.
job so you can earn.
When them boys get loose though down there, I ain't lying.
Maryland, this has been a 1.5-year long investigation with 11 organizations involved, from the FBI to the Charleston County Sheriff's Office. Now, the 13 individuals are facing 46 charges, most of those from drug trafficking charges. But the agency said the gang is responsible for some of the most recent shootings we've had here in the Low Country. The Charleston County Sheriff's Office says many of those who are in custody now are those who were either on bond, parole, or had ankle monitors on them. Those with the U.S. Attorney's Office tell me a majority of those in the West Cash Gang are from West Ashley. Charleston Police Chief Luther Reynolds says, in general, there is an outside gang influence here in the Low Country.
Acting U.S. Attorney M. Rhett Dehart announced the arrests of 9 individuals in Charleston, South Carolina, as part of Operation Cash Out, a multi-agency investigation into a drug trafficking and firearms conspiracy linked to the West Cash Gang. The operation, involving more than...
Now, them boys, they out of Charleston, all the way out there in Walterboro. Walterboro, a small little town out there, okay? Like what? Walterboro ain't even in Charleston County. Where's that? That Dorchester County? Walterboro. I think it's Dorchester or some shit like this. Them boy had done set up shop. Them boys all the way from West Ashley. West Cash Gang. Them boy had that shit.
200 federal, state, and local law enforcement officers targeted individuals accused of distributing various drugs. 4 defendants have been charged with conspiring to make false statements to licensed firearms dealers to illegally purchase weapons, including an AR-15 pistol, FN 5.7 pistols, and a Glock 29. Prosecutors say the individuals lied to gun dealers, including Palmetto State Armory, ATP Gun Shop, Field and Stream, and Sportsman's Warehouse, falsely claiming they were the actual buyers of the firearms. The indictment also includes 5 charges of using telephones to facilitate drug trafficking. Additional charges include felon in possession of a firearm, possession of a firearm in furtherance of drug trafficking, and possession with intent to distribute drugs.
Drugs, guns, and gang activity. That's what the Attorney General says has landed more than a dozen people behind bars. Officials say that these men and women were involved in trafficking more than 100 pounds of drugs right through the Midlands, even using Columbia Metropolitan Airport.
This is a major drug trafficking conspiracy ring that was busted up.
In an afternoon news conference, AG Alan Wilson announced the indictments of 15 people, many, if not all of them, tied to a gang known as the Paid Family. Officials say the investigation began after a 24-year-old was shot outside a Two-Notch Road nightclub.
Salute to all the folk down there charging off that money making, off Dorchester Road. All them boys, they out the river. Yeah, understand what you hearing and saying, man. Them get you boy, them color boys, shit. Them boys been stepping down on shit for real, and I'm up here in that Met. You know them boys don't really get down with the city like that, but shit starting to get real good between them boys on the music tip and shit. They always got down on the music, but on the street shit, you know, when we end up in SCDC, South Carolina Department of Corrections, you know what I'm saying, it always a tussle, you know what I'm saying, between that upstate PD, you know, Rock Hill got their own little region, you know what I'm saying, and shit got down Charleston, you know, that's the whole low country right there. That's Beaufort County, Colony County, goddamn Dorchester County, fucking Georgetown, you know what I'm saying, Charleston. That's all them boys, and them boys straight get you, you know what I'm saying, and we get with it. But see, when you talk about the Met, where I'm from, the city, town, you know what I'm saying, Columbia, you know what I'm saying, we fucking with Lexington, you know what I'm saying, Aiken might fuck with us, you know, something used to fuck with us like that back in the day, but the Midland shit, Kershaw, fucking Fairfield County, you know what I'm saying? That's the shit that we fucking with. The Midland, Orangeburg County, you know what I'm saying? This shit go run deep, you know what I'm saying? When you get to that penitentiary lifestyle and that real gang lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? You got to be, if you go down to penitentiary in South Carolina, you scream you part of a gang, 9 times out of 10, boy, gonna hop on the phone, you know what I'm saying, to find out who you is, you know what I'm saying? Do a nigga know you before you be up in here talking like, yeah, and if you ain't got up on par, somebody can't say they know you or some shit like that, then you gonna, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gonna leave up out there, you might be able to stay, but them boys gonna brutalize you. Oh God. That's why I say, man, we were just talking about that shit the other day standing in that rock, you know what I'm saying? With the homies and shit, with the G's and shit. And goddamn, I was like, man, they were talking about such how that shit is. I was like, man, shit, anytime I get jammed up, me even being 42 years old, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got a Rolodex, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got a Rolodex of a whole 200-300 motherfucking numbers, even numbers from the dead homies. You know what I'm saying? Understand what you're hearing and saying. So if you get jammed up or something, you might want to write down the motherfucking numbers. Because if you plan on doing some prison time in the time soon, you best have your contact list ready to vouch for you if you're talking about that gang shit in South Carolina. That's how that shit going. Let's get back to the documentary. It's your boy NoPlayingDinero tapping in with another one. Let's go back up, see what they popping off. Paid Family Gang. Let's see what these boys out of.
Club last March. The indictments allege that the 15 suspects worked together to bring more than 100 pounds of marijuana to the Midlands through Columbia Airport.
We call them flyers. And so the flyers would fly out to the West Coast, get the drugs, and then bring them back in through the airport.
Now they're facing some serious charges.
Oh, I remember that.
Attorney General Alan Wilson and Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott.
I know that. Them boy were getting that. Them boy were getting that work in through the airport. Like, really, man, that shit, getting that shit all the way from Cali. Boy, that was some good ass. Them boy had out here on the streets in that mid. Swear to God. Man, them boy was getting that shit. Oh God, man, salute, man. Them boy for bringing in that motherfucking pack the real way, the right way. If you gonna go out, go all the way out with this shit. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
The indictment of 15 individuals connected to the Paid Family Gang accused of trafficking over 100 pounds of Mary J into South Carolina. Authorities say the operation funneled large amounts of drugs into Lexington and Richland counties, primarily through Columbia Metropolitan Airport. The individuals indicted by the Grand faced charges of possessing, selling, manufacturing, delivering, purchasing, conspiring, or transporting at least 100 pounds of Mary J into the state. Attorney General Wilson described the group as an armed gang that engaged in a long-term conspiracy to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars through illegal drug trafficking. A separate indictment charges 3 of the accused with additional offenses, including money laundering and weapons violations. Authorities say some of the suspects used a business, Family Trucking LLC, as a front to disguise illicit drug proceeds. According to the indictment, members conspire to launder drug money through the company, while another member is facing 3 counts of possessing firearms during criminal activities. Sheriff Lott stated that the indictments stem from a broader investigation led by the Richland County Sheriff's Department. The Lexington indictment claims that between May 2014 and March 2017, the 15 defendants were responsible for trafficking Mary Jane into Lexington County, with Washington State identified as the main supplier.
106 charges against 7.
That shit, man. Let's get right, man. Let's see what's popping on. Yeah.
Officials say that these men and women were involved in trafficking more than 100 pounds of drugs right through the Midlands, even using Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Our Chad Mills is live right now from Club Reveal on Two Notch Road. And Chad,
boy, I had that pack in on him. That's how you get it if you go get it.
Deputies say that is where their investigation started.
Man, come on with the sicky shit. What we got going on? What is it? WLTAs? I mean, what's the hold up?
That's right. Sheriff Leon Lott said it was a shooting here in the...
Oh, no, we can't do that. They're doing a little bit too much. Yeah, right there, venue on 2 night. Boy, lit that shit up like a firecracker, man. That's how they...
thing. Attorney General Alan Wilson compared the case to a
we can't do that. Yeah, that's doing too
duck.
much.
A duck glides pretty.
We good on that, man. Shit, I was gonna get deep into them boys.
To help.
Officials say one of the supposed ringleaders of these schemes is Baraka Ramos. They say he helped organize the smuggling of the items in through bakery deliveries. The indictments say inmates working in the food warehouse at Goodman Correctional Institution.
I told you, man, I was just with a nigga the other day. I was telling nigga, when you really moving that pack and you really got that drop, you know what I'm saying, you in the penitentiary and you got that route, you know what I'm saying, that route. Like if you ain't that watery or some shit like that, and you got motherfuckers that good, man. You got these goddamn other people working in prison industry, moving on them trucks. You know, that shit coming in from out the city through them trucks, but them trucks go all over the state. That shit bigger than what motherfuckers think it is, man. You got to be really, really like that if you want to run something goddamn from behind that wall. Because niggas be trying to chop your head off every chance they get. In South Carolina's Department of Correction, shit, man, nigga be on some hating shit. On God.
Would sneak boxes of contraband left near a Columbia bakery onto delivery trucks before they returned to prison. Department of Corrections officials say they have already made changes to their protocol. Another supposed ringleader, Anthony Pyatt, was instrumental in organizing the contraband smuggling scheme at the dairy facilities at Walter Reed River Correctional Institution. Indictments show people on the outside would leave duffel bags full of banned items around the dairy and farm facilities, and inmates working at the facility would pick up these bags.
That feeling when you file Fed and state 100.
Shouts out to the bro Willie, man. Thanks for tuning in to the channel, man. Nothing but big ups. You already know, man. 72. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, y'all already know what's up out here. 42 years old out here on these streets, man. That made it, that survived it. I'm right here in the ghetto. I was just up in Greenville, you know what I'm saying, area. Damn, downtown doing my work. I do directing traffic, flagging and shit. So I be all over the state, man. I had to get back to my YouTube shit. This is what I like to do on my spare time. Shit, let's go. Keep that shit going.
For smuggling contraband into South Carolina prisons. It's an investigation that investigators have been calling cash cow. According to the indictments, the contraband includes pounds of loose cigarette tobacco, cell phones and cell phone accessories, marijuana, alcoholic beverages, and other types of drugs. The Attorney General says there were 4 alleged methods for how this contraband got inside the prisons: throwovers, smuggling through dairy facilities at Watery Correctional Institution in Sumter County, smuggling through bread runs to a bakery in Columbia, and smuggling through state house inmate work crews. Attorney General Alan Wilson says the only way these people were able to coordinate all of this was by using cell phones, which were smuggled into the prison.
South Carolina Attorney General Alan
I said that from the beginning of this whole lie, man. This shit ran from prison. All the violence that you see out here on the streets, you know what I'm saying? The thing that happened just a couple weeks back. Y'all seen Trap Diggy, people supposedly cousin get into a wild rant with another dude on YouTube about them snitching and who snitching, who did what. That same dude came up missing a week later in Columbia, South Carolina, on Dr. Circle. Look it up. I ain't got to lie to you. I'm right here in the city. Shouts out to all my people in Greenview, Spartanburg, Charleston. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay tuned. This is the hottest channel coming out of Columbia, South Carolina, out of South Carolina Pier. I'm back at it. We're going to keep this thing going, man. See who the next indictment they hit. That was Operation Cash Cow, man. They had a couple goddamn going Mexicans, goddamn some tan brothers on that thing too. You this man right here look like he get some money.
Announced the indictment.
Edward Ronald, boy, he looked like he'll get some money, boy. He had that plug. That boy had that plug on him.
Of 17 individuals involved in a large-scale prison contraband smuggling operation known as Operation Cash Cow. The scheme, centered around contraband cell phones, enabled inmates to coordinate illegal activities from inside prison walls. Among those charged are 4 inmates, 1 correction staff member, and 12 individuals outside the prison system. Prosecutors revealed that inmate leaders orchestrated the smuggling and distribution of various illegal items, including cell phones, Mary J., alcohol, and various drugs. The smuggling routes exploited food delivery systems, using a Columbia bakery and a dairy farm to move contraband. One key suspect allegedly helped do bakery deliveries, with inmates at Goodman Correctional Institution sneaking packages onto trucks. Another inmate was involved in trafficking contraband through the dairy farm at Watery River Correctional Institution, where duffel bags filled with banned items were left for inmates to retrieve.
I just spoke on that shit just now, so I ain't just speak on that.
System to organize deliveries.
Hold up.
Authorities
so I ain't just speak on that. How that shit gets so coordinated. Like, unless you have some spot like Watery, that shit so goddamn plentiful. They, you know what I'm saying? How that shit get coordinated. Wind that shit back, couple down spot. Let go.
Trucks. Another inmate was involved in trafficking contraband through the dairy farm at Watery River Correctional Institution.
Hey, you get out there at Watery. See, I had milked them cows out there at Watery one time, man, for like a week and a half. But see, like the laundryman had left. The laundryman had left and shit. And I got there and had, holla got down the little supervisor out there, white dude jail. Man, goddamn, the laundryman gonna leave, man. Let me get first deals on that, man. You know, man. They had me goddamn fucking going in the middle of the night, like fucking 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, leaving the dorm and shit, getting dressed, going to the goddamn dairy and fuck around, had me milking cows the first 2 weeks. I ain't like that shit. Them shits, you got to watch out. Them shits pits and all on you. You got to stick these tools on the motherfucking udders and shit. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, man, I ain't want to quit the shit because I'm in jail. I ain't want to, you know, they'll write you up for the shit. Probably want to send you off. And I was in a nice dorm too. Niggas had boom boxes and all old schoolers was in that motherfucker. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And then I fucked around and Gift for Gab got me the spot at the goddamn going on laundry. So I'm in the laundry now. So anything leaving, coming back in from the dairy got to come through the laundry because I'm the nigga with the gloves, I'm the nigga with the lube and all, because you got to have the lube for the motherfucker them dry ass fucking cow titty two niggas have to milk. I'm in the laundry now. Whole thing I'm doing is washing the goddamn clothes that the cows and shit, piece of shit on them niggas when they. Boy, that shit was crazy. Fuck around, God bless the dead. My homie Nan New was down there. John was down there, bitch. Man, John said them boys out for 321 in D-Side, man. My nigga Nan New, man. Crip nigga, man. Goddamn real nigga out of Sas home. Swear to God. You know what I'm saying? All them boys were down there. Mud was down there, motherfucker. John Quarterborn, little brother, was down there, motherfucker. Yes. We was in that bitch. I had to sell it. The first sale. And on a flip, on a Nokia flip, man. This is about like a 2000 motherfucking 13. You know what I'm saying? On a Nokia flip. I'm at work. I get back to the unit, they done shook down everything. On everything. So my dog telling me, boy, I had to run to the bathroom, bless the motherfucking phone. Oh, Lord, shit. I said, fuck it, nigga. I spent the goddamn 250 green dot. Back then, wasn't no cash app type shit. Niggas wasn't on that shit. Niggas was on the green dots. Back then, $150 green dot. $250 green dot. Now I got the motherfucking touch screen. I'm at Watery. I got a motherfucking smuggling in. A motherfucking Bluetooth and all, nigga. Packing that shit. Man, real nigga shit, no. Man, let's get back to the documentary because I get to run in my mouth, man. This is live. NoPlayingDinero coming out of Columbia, South Carolina. Shouts out to all my people tapping in, man. That's how we coming and that's how we bringing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them boys in North Charge to get it real good. On God. Shit, bro. That's the shit you trying to stay away from, man. Prison and shit, bro. That's the shit that you don't want to. Oh God, bro. I'm blessed, man. I'm goddamn 10 years removed from this shit, man. 12 years removed from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I ain't touch handcuffs. Niggas ain't did nothing. Niggas out here working jobs now, coming up with other ways. See, you gotta have that job. You gotta have something you can fall back on, like this YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have 2 and 3 hustles out here if you really want to break away from the streets and live like a grown man and have goals and dreams and shit, man. Let's get back to this shit right here. Them boys out there milking them cows, getting that money.
Where duffel bags filled with banned items were left for inmates to retrieve and distribute. The scheme even used a color coding system to organize deliveries. Authorities have since tightened prison security, implementing taller fences, drone detection technology, and body scanners. The South Carolina Department of Corrections has also replaced inmate workers with employees in warehouse and food distribution facilities to prevent further smuggling. However, biggest security threat, enabling inmates to coordinate smuggling operations. Attorney General Wilson has called for nationwide cell phone jamming to prevent further illicit activities. The latest round of indictments brings the total number of arrests in Operation Cash Cow to 21, including 8 corrections officers. Officials warn that anyone assisting in these operations risks serious prison time and endangers lives. 13 individuals have been arrested as part of a federal and state joint operation targeting the Billy's Gang, which primarily operates in Myrtle Beach and Florence, South Carolina. The arrests mark a significant disruption to the gang's drug distribution network. The Billy's East Side Bloods, a faction of the United Blood Nations gang, has been heavily involved in trafficking in the region, along with committing numerous firearm-related crimes. Authorities say the gang uses violence, including shootings, to protect its drug operations and maintain control over its territory. Law enforcement officers conducted simultaneous arrests across Florence, Myrtle Beach, and Charleston. The indictment identifies members of the Billy's Gang. Prosecutors allege that the gang, along with its associates, conspired to distribute controlled substances and traffic firearms to further their drug trade. The indictment states that all 13 defendants knowingly and intentionally conspired to distribute.
Well, all new now on your news at 4. An investigation by several local agencies led to charges and indictments against eight alleged members of the Bloods gang. Want to show you their mug. shots. Investigators say these 8 men all conspired to kill, steal, and perform various other crimes dating back as far as April of 2016.
South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson announced that 8 alleged gang members have been indicted in Richland, Lexington, and Newberry counties on charges including deletion, attempted deletion, burglary, conspiracy, and vehicle theft. The indictments allege that these crimes were carried out as part of a criminal gang operating throughout the Midlands region. Authorities launched the investigation after a series of shootings on April 8, 2016, which were later connected to burglaries at 2 Swansea car dealerships and multiple vehicle thefts across Lexington and Newberry counties. Once local law enforcement agencies identified these connections, they sought assistance from SLED and the Attorney General's office in what became a multi-jurisdictional gang investigation. Among those indicted are alleged blood gang members who face multiple charges, including conspiracy, burglary, larceny, and vehicle theft related to the March 30th, 2016 burglaries at 2 Swansea car dealerships. Authorities say 5 vehicles were stolen in these burglaries, all of which have since been recovered. 3 members also face additional charges for allegedly stealing a Chevrolet Avalanche in Lexington County and a Chevrolet Impala in Newberry County on April 8, 2016. Took place on April 8, 2016. The first shooting allegedly occurred at a school bus stop in Lexington County. 3 blood members attempted to rival gang member in a drive-by shooting. Later that same day, they allegedly committed another random drive-by shooting in Lexington County. That evening, 7 alleged gang members conspired to travel to Columbia's Hammond Village apartment complex to target rival gang members. However, the only person shot was an alleged fellow blood gang member, who later died from his injuries. Immediately following this fatal shooting, the defendants are alleged to have carried out yet another drive-by shooting in Lexington County.
This afternoon today, a man who investigators say was behind a Charlotte gang civil war entered a plea deal. Willis Lane pled guilty to assault and battery with a high and aggravated nature in the 2018 shooting at the Willow apartment complex. Billie Jean Shaw was in the courtroom as a judge sentenced Lane to more than a decade behind bars.
And this is my first time being in trouble. I don't want this mistake to penalize and puncture the rest of my future.
Willis Lane begging the judge for mercy just moments after prosecutors painted the 20-year-old as the cold-hearted criminal behind a gang shootout at a Fort Mill apartment complex in 2018.
He fully intended.
Getting an LLC for your business doesn't have to look like this. Just
make a nigga watch a whole minute of the clip, man. Let's see what we got going on, man. The boys really ain't that active like that in Dixon. You got to go in the country for that, man. Like gas and Swansea, P and this shit. That's that part of Lexington. That shit get real rough. That shit like the milk triangle. You feel me? P and leg on gas and the Lexington. It's for real. That shit get real treacherous in on backwoods. Niggas got it though, you know what I'm saying? All up and on 321, up and down, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't even plan on you fuck around and come up missing too much woods in South Carolina, man. When the shit gets so real and it happens so fast, shit can happen at any given time, my chill. That's why you got to stay on point. Keep your eyes open at all times. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't put yourself in situations where you have to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to be on grown man shit. You got to be able to be low key, keep back, not be too flashy. Because a lot of haters out here. They about to talk about them boys out of Fort Mill. That's in York County. Them boys out of York, close to Charlotte.
Was shot in the face, Moyler in the arm. Both survive. Behind the trigger, investigators say was Willis Lane.
This is something that he planned and researched and tracked these people down.
Prosecutors also presenting materials from Lane's cell phone showing him with a number of firearms. the address to the victim's home, lyrics about shooting people, and text messages bragging about the shooting. Lane was arrested on attempted murder charges, but later entered a plea deal on the charge of assault and battery with high and aggravated nature. Meanwhile, the defense and Lane's family painted him as a wannabe thug who only pretended to be a gangster.
Playing with that lifestyle, he developed.
Lane was sentenced to 12 years in prison, including several months of time served. He'll be nearly 30 years old when released. Enough time, he says, to get his life together.
And I want to further my education in psychology and work with troubled youth so they won't make the same mistakes.
A total of 10 Bloods gang members have been arrested in connection with a shooting near Fort Mill, South Carolina, which authorities describe as part of an internal civil war within the Charlotte-based Bloods gang. The violent confrontation, which occurred on September 19, 2018, near Drewski Lane, left 2 people wounded and a police patrol car struck by gunfire. Law enforcement officials revealed that the individuals involved had moved to Fort Mill to escape ongoing gang violence in Charlotte, but the conflict followed them across the state line. The shootout, which occurred near an apartment complex at the busy intersection of Gold Hill Road and US 21, was reportedly part of retaliatory gang violence. Prosecutors noted that some of the firearms used in the incident were stolen and had been linked to other shootings in Charlotte. A York County Sheriff's deputy, who happened to be driving by at the time, witnessed muzzle flashes and immediately pursued the suspects north on Interstate 77. Following the incident, York County authorities arrested 10 people, including the 2 wounded individuals. Among them was Willis Gus Lane, 19, of Charlotte, whom prosecutors identified as a primary shooter. Lane was charged with 3 counts of attempted deletion and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. A York County judge denied Lane's bond, citing concerns over public safety and flight risk, given that he was a North Carolina resident. In court, prosecutors described how Lane had been arrested in Charlotte just days after the shooting, where he was found in possession of an AK-47 pistol matching shell casings recovered from the crime scene. Surveillance footage and social media posts presented in
young boy out there. Come on, man. The boy got the whole button up. On. Young man out there. I tell you, this shit get, when it get like that, it get like that down here.
Further implicated Lane, showing him brandish.
You never know when the young boy gonna snap. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to stay on point, stay on your P's and Q's. We done at the beginning of the live showed you some of the most dangerous places, and maybe the small towns. For real.
Weapons and making threats related to the shooting. By 2020, at 20 years old, he pleaded guilty to assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature. He was sentenced to 12 years in a South Carolina prison. Prosecutors explained that while Lane initially faced attempted deletion charges, he was offered a plea deal due to his young age, lack of prior criminal record, and the fact that the victims were fellow gang members whom he felt threatened by. During sentencing, Lane apologized and expressed his desire to reform, stating, "I don't want this mistake to penalize my future. I ask for a chance to right my wrongs." Despite his plea for leniency, the judge emphasized the broader impact of gang violence, calling it poison to the community.
They have been locked up, but they weren't locked out of their criminal empire. 40 people now charged running an international crime ring, while some of them were behind bars. They ordered kidnapping and trafficked $150 million worth of throughout the world, all with the help of smuggled cell phones.
They should not be able to carry out their criminal enterprise by having this tool right here that they use as a weapon.
Among those charged are Gaston County residents Virginia Ryle and Lisa Bolton. Investigators say the pair helped kidnap Michelle Dodge back in 2019 and drove her to where she was ultimately killed. Jail cell was the one calling the shots. Investigators say the street gang called the Insane Gangster Disciples were behind all of the
The arrest of 40 prisoners in the largest racketeering case in our state's history. Contraband cell phones are to blame for crimes organized behind bars, at least according to investigators. Alicia Nieves has the plea from state leaders tonight.
A federal grand jury has returned a 147-count superseding indictment against 40 defendants across South Carolina in what officials describe as the largest federal racketeering conspiracy in the state's history. The indictment exposes a violent criminal enterprise that operated within the South Carolina Department of Corrections, where gang kidnapping, firearms distribution, and international drug trafficking. The defendants, who were
that before we started this live, when I was talking at the beginning, all the shit was gonna come down to prison violence, prison gangs, control of the streets. I thought that shit was a game, man. You know what I'm saying? When I speak this shit, I speak it the realest. You know what I'm saying? This shit is on par, it's on point. You know what I'm saying? Did a little review of the shit.
Members of the Insane Gangster Disciples, a faction of the Folk Nation gang, were charged under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Among the 40 defendants, 24 were previously indicted for their roles in the gang's drug operations. Authorities say that IGD leaders inside SCDC directed a sprawling criminal network that extended beyond prison walls, using violence and intimidation to maintain control and eliminate perceived threats. The multi-agency investigation began in July 2017, initially focusing on drug and illegal firearm sales. As the probe expanded, law enforcement uncovered IGD's deep involvement in organized crime, including deletion, arson, armed robbery, extortion, money laundering, and obstruction of members ordered retaliatory attacks, including deletions and kidnappings, against individuals suspected of cooperating with law enforcement or owing drug debts. Many of these violent acts were executed by IGD inside prison under the direction of incarcerated leaders. The case resulted in the prosecution of all 40 defendants, marking a significant victory in the fight against organized crime in South Carolina. The IGD was divided into 3 primary sets, each with its own leadership structure. Authorities highlighted that contraband cell phones played a pivotal role in facilitating gang operations, allowing incarcerated leaders to coordinate deletions, traffic weapons, and expand their drug empire internationally. Since the initial indictment, all 40 defendants have pleaded guilty to charges related to RICO or drug trafficking. 10 of the defendants faced deletions or kidnapping, resulting in death, and pleaded guilty as charged. The takedown of these gangs represents a significant victory for law enforcement in the ongoing fight against organized crime, gang violence, and drug trafficking in South Carolina. Authorities have dismantled major criminal enterprises, sentencing key members to lengthy prison terms and disrupting the flow of drugs, illegal weapons, and violence in local communities. However, law enforcement
Cell phones that jacked them all up. That's how Julio suspects went down. That's how so many of these other people ain't got that cell phone ping. But see, these young boys, they ain't gonna understand that, bro. Look at these people, man. Do they look like they think past go? Police must be ripped them up. Look at that. That boy blacked out. Boy, he had to show up on the cell block like that. Wow. You better say the police ripped them up like that. Them boys ain't thinking about that. They think about that quick money. Them boy got goddamn gone evil in their eyes. Even that girl, look. Yeah, this shit get crazy. I say you got to watch these young ones.
Enforcement officials warn that gang activity remains an ongoing threat, requiring continued multi-agency cooperation, community vigilance, and legislative action to prevent future criminal operations.
Man, that shit just went just like that, man. Real. Overall, man, when you talk about South Carolina, man, make sure you talk about South Carolina in the right light, in the right way. We can see all these videos, all these clips, and all this stuff popping off like that, you know what I'm saying? But all this stuff is to bring awareness, to prevent shit like this from happening. So stay in tune to your community. If you're a real OG and you say you're a real OG and people calling you Unc out there, make sure you push the right message. You know what I'm saying? The dangers out here. A lot of people losing their life. A lot of people losing their kids out here. Understand what you're hearing and seeing. It's already up.